directly upstream from the nearby mighty Niagara Falls. Today's event, part of the American Powerboat Association Inboard Championship Series. Working with me in the booth, Bill Moore. And Bill, this area has undergone a beautiful renaissance.
This river is certainly used for a lot of recreational boating and swimming, as you can see, and it cleaned up a great deal. The people are really proud in this area. Pit area, newly refurbished, hard-topped. Permanent starting line facilities here at this great race site. As you can see, the boats lined up ready for today's action.
This marina specifically built so that it can support powerboat racing.
That's right. These people have a great heritage in powerboat racing throughout the many years. Many of the old-time racers from early vintage racing make their headquarters right here in the Buffalo, Tonawanda area.
During the course of our program, we'll be hearing from our colleague Tom Ludington. Tom will be down along the pits. He'll be speaking with some of the drivers and some of the key race personnel, as today we'll be bringing to you the 5-liter boats and also the Grand Prix boats.
Matt, we see them putting one of the GPs in. Now another one, the Miss Valley Field, of course. Beautifully constructed boats and, of course, being gently lifted in by some wonderful construction equipment.
Taking a look at one of the Grand Prix boats, and folks, down the back stretch and the front stretch, these boats can go upwards of 170 miles an hour.
Little doubt we're in for some mighty fast and exciting action.
Bill, we have some highlights of the 5-liter stock action from the first elimination race.
That's right, Matt. 2 heats, because there's so many boats entered. And, of course, we see the first heat made up a C5. It's quick. E70, Miss McCord, Don Cameron. E17, Touch of Class, Bill Carter. High 5, Donald Jers in that first heat. So it's exciting. But here we go now with Heat 2 getting their start.
Look for Ragged Edge, a very intense competitor, driven by Dave Casper. And we're just seconds from the start. And you'll hear the gun in the background indicating the race is underway, and it was a clean start.
Matt, on the outside there in the lead, we see, of course, Ragged Edge and Shopsmith going at it into turn 1. Shopsmith, Alan Beauscheid, your world champion, and look at Dave Casper giving him a run for the money. Dave on the inside of Shopsmith, making him take the long way around as they get into lap number 1 of this 5-liter elimination heat.
Casper got the early inside track in a key position because he can get around those turns a little quicker than Beau. And so he's got the advantage and had the advantage in the early going.
Dave Casper has certainly named that one correctly. He runs it on the Ragged Edge, as you'll see. But Alan Beauscheid staying right with him at this time. Side-by-side racing, sponson to sponson. Ragged Edge, Shopsmith now. Beauscheid out of Centerville, Ohio, taking a slight lead as some of the rest of the class come on from behind. Watch Alan Beauscheid, the world champion, take an early lead here into turn 1 on the lap number 2. Whoop, Ragged Edge right up in there again, Matt. It's anybody's race at this time. What a great show this is.
Putting on a great race for the fans out along the Niagara River in Tonawanda, New York. And we come to the final lap. We see that Shopsmith had opened up a very big lead over Dave Casper and Ragged Edge.
Your world champion showing his championship color here. Shopsmith through that final corner and running for the line now as he looks for that checkered flag and keeping an eye on Casper.
Boy, he was really skipping along the water as he came around that final turn, but waving to the crowd. Beauscheid taking first place in the elimination heat, and Ragged Edge finished second. When we return, we'll have the finals of the 5-liter race. Stay with us.
Niagara and
The feeling of another time.
Niagara and
Melodies under summer skies.
Niagara and
Wet, wild, watery family fun.
Niagara and
Magical nights you never thought
Casper,
of.
driver of the Jones Chemical Jagged Edge. Dave, coming up into the 5-liter final, it's a tough field. Yeah, we got a lot of fast boats coming into it. Got Shopsmith, who's number 1. Got It's Quick and Legend. And probably the 4 of us are going to really be dueling it out.
How are the water conditions as you've seen them so far?
Well, for this course, it's really calm. Normally, this is a very rough course with a lot of swells on the back stretch. But good conditions today.
Good. We're looking forward to a good race. Good luck.
Oh, you'll see it. Thanks.
Thank you for coming down.
Uh-huh.
Let's get back for the start of the 5-liter race.
That was Tom earlier with Dave Casper. Dave in this field for the 5-liter final. Fred Roto, Gene Seguin, Donald Cameron, Bill Carter, Don Jurr Sr., Alan Beauscheid, Dave Casper and Ragged Edge, Yves Goyette, John DeYager, and Charlie Wolf setting the field for the 5-liter final.
Matt, here they come for their start. Rounding the corner, selecting lanes. These boats powered with that 302 Chevy. And I tell you, the speeds in this class up to 124.123 is their straightaway record. So I mean to tell you, they can really put some real estate away. The idea, of course, hit this start flat out, and it looks like that's what they're doing. Shopsmith on the outside.
And a clean start. Ragged Edge, the white boat, taking the lead at the start.
Looks like positions are reversed now. Ragged Edge on the outside with Shopsmith on the inside track. Jean Seguin in Legend, E96. Looks like he's coming on strong, coming out of nowhere, taking the lead as they head into this second lap. Woo, boy, is he moving down that stretch. CE961 is his number. That's Canadian E-boat. 5-liter, that means, well, it's about 302 cubic inches. Chevy power as they round the corner, 124.123 mile an hour.
Bill, we're getting a report from the pit that there's some question about Seguin's engine. There may be a protest lodged. We'll keep you abreast of that story. Tom Luddington working on it right now. We hope to have something for you a little later on. But right now, Seguin with the lead, but that might not hold up.
Well, the action is certainly thick and fast here on the Niagara. Jean is in the lead right now with Shopsmith just moving into second, seesawing back and forth between... Uh-oh! Shopsmith just spun into the infield, missed that corner in the rough water. He's got to go back and pick up that buoy as Alan Beauscheid does some fancy dancing around that buoy now to get back into position, losing some valuable race time, Matt. Woo! Another boat going by him there, real close, but he's back in the thick of it already.
Back in the running, but is trailing our leader, and Ragged Edge taking advantage of Beau hooking that turn. And Ragged Edge now running second behind Jean Seguin.
John running out in front, but as we said, we'll wait for a report on this. If you'll notice, though, on the backstretch there, as we see Shopsmith picking up the field and moving back into contention.
Beauscheid, a great driver, trying to catch up after just hooking that curve at that turn. What could have happened there, Bill?
Well, he bounced and got his skid fin clean out of the water and caused him to just miss that turn. These boats are relying on that skid fin and rudder to stay bit in the water, and when they get high, whoo, look at Beauscheid moving up as he is doing a job and running hard.
Scheid trying to get back into the race, moving up on some of these slower boats and passing them, trying to catch our leader. Again, though, we are getting reports that there may be a protest lodged against Seguin.
He just passed up It's Quick, Fred Roto, who won that first elimination heat. Current leader, Gene Seguin, doing a job. Beauscheid coming strong, trying to catch Ragged Edge at this point. And right behind him, It's Quick, Fred Roto, as they run on that final lap now.
One more turn around the course as we are in our final lap. Seguin with the lead, Ragged Edge second. And Seguin really does have a very large lead. There's Beauscheid trying to catch up. Remember, Scheid hooked a turn earlier. He got back into the race, but trailed by a fairly large margin. This gentleman, Jean Seguin.
called Legend. Heading across the line.
Well, our unofficial winner, and we have to declare him an unofficial winner because we understand that there is a protest being filed against Seguin. There's Bo Scheid finishing his race. Scheid doing a great job coming back, unofficially finishing third. The unofficial finish, Jean Seguin in Legend #1, Dave Casper and Ragged Edge finishing second, Scheid and Shopsmith third, and Fred Roto and It's Quick 4. Let's send it down to Tom, see if he has information on this situation.
I'm with Herb Gilo, who is the inspector today for the APBA. Herb, I understand there's a protest on the 961 5-liter boat.
Right. This protest is against the engine, and we can't give you any specific answer right now whether we can find the boat illegal. We're going to take the engine down, and if we find any part of the engine that is illegal, he'll be disqualified for the day, and the next boat in his position will move up.
Well, as it turns out, that's exactly what happened. So David Casper and Ragged Edge wins the 5-liter race. Bo Scheid is declared the second-place finisher. Fred Roto and It's Quick is third, and Don Cameron finishes fourth. Coming up, it's the Grand Prix Elimination Heats.
How can you improve something this great, like Thompson's water seal? Well, Thompson's could apply itself, or keep any rain from hitting your house. Instead, we've made it waterproof better. Introducing new and improved Thompson's Water Seal. 50% more active ingredients now protect wood, brick...
Tonawanda, New York. We have for you now the Grand Prix Elimination Heat, some of the great highlights of this tremendous racing action, Bill.
That's right, we certainly do. We have, of course, 2 elimination heats in each event, but we're going to give you the highlights that make it a real interesting event. These boats powered with that big engine, full-blown with blowers on them, pushing that fuel into that engine under like a pump, an air pump, that really brings some speeds up over 170 miles an hour. Wes Carman gone by in that Thundercraft of one of the canopied 7-liter boats running strong through the corner.
Jimmy King in Orange Crush, though, Bill, had a great run in the elimination heat. And he'll be a threat to take the final.
That's right. That blown Chevy doing a fine job today. Coming on behind him, of course, Wes Carman in that Thundercraft.
So it was Jimmy King taking the first heat in Orange Crush, and, well, Bill, he was a little excited, wanted to get back to the pits quickly and get ready, but maybe just a little too over-anxious, and we'll see in just a moment that he had a little trouble coming back into the pit area.
Oh, what a jolt.
Hopefully, everything was okay, and apparently it was.
Well, I'm sure they did some quick repair work between heats to get him ready to go again, as, of course, we see bad boy Charlie Benson.
Tom Ludington standing by with Jimmy King.
I'm with Jimmy King. Jimmy, coming into the race, you got the first GP heat of the day. The water looks smooth, and you got off to a great start.
Yeah, the Orange Crush Sunoco's doing a fine job. We've had some troubles in the first starting of the season, but we finally straightened out for Tonawanda here, and it all come together.
Now, as you were coming into the dock, you seemed a little anxious to get into park to talk about that great run, I guess, with your crew. We've got it on the monitor here as you came in.
Yeah, well, we're here in Tonawanda. There's a real swift current, and you try and bring the boat up against the current to slow it down. Miscalculation on the driver's part. I didn't slow it down soon enough coming in, and apparently we hit the dock.
Well, best of luck in the second elimination and the finals today.
Well, thank you very much.
Jimmy King okay, the boat's okay. And more action from the Grand Prix elimination heats. Niagara Challenger barreling out to a quick lead.
Mike Endries, right from Grand Island, New York, out to a real quick start, leading the pack, took over the controls early in the race, and looked like he has nothing in his way for the entire event. Mike Endries, quite a driver, and you can see him dancing that 7-liter with that big, full-blown Chevy on there doing its job. Over 1,200 horse, Matt. More horse than they can use most of the time. There's that arm up in salute.
waving to his fans as he took the elimination heat. That'll set up a great final. Andres and King will battle it out in the final of the Grand Prix, and that should be a thrilling race.
Here we come up with our next elimination, our third elimination, and look at them fanning out for that start. Good start, all behind, and it's Orange Crush going away again. As, of course, James King, Jimmy King as we call him, taking the lead early. Not to be headed today as Jimmy King takes the lead early. Woo, is he dancing it through those corners.
Jimmy out of New Baltimore, Michigan, I should mention, for all our viewers in the Midwest.
Mike Mamano giving him a fight on the backstretch right now in one of the naturally aspirated sevens and doing quite a job, but nothing's going to hold back that blower today.
What are some of the differences between a naturally aspirated and the blower?
Basically, they're the same engine. One is running through carburation and the other one, of course, through a blower. About 500, 700 horsepower difference, though.
And the Orange Crush as we came into the final lap with a comfortable lead. And he takes the checkered flag. So Jimmy King doing very well in the elimination heats.
I'm with Jimmy King. Jimmy getting ready for the Grand Prix final. This is the first time all season long that you and Mike Endress will go head-to-head in a competition. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this all year. Mike's been a strong contender, and either he wasn't in the final or I weren't in the final, or one of us was down, but this will be it. We both seem to be running well, and now we'll find out what happens.
Best of luck to you.
Well, thank you very much.
The Grand Prix showdown between Jimmy King and Mike Endress is coming up.
This portion brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light.
Come on, everybody. Bud Light's got a brand new dance. What McKinsey's gonna do it. There's nothing to it.
Welcome back to the 1988 Niagara Challenge. Let's send it down to Tom Luddington standing by in the pits.
I'm standing with Dan Groby, crew chief for the Niagara Challenge. Dan, the first time that Mike Endress is going to meet in the Orange Crush. Your thoughts?
Well, we've been looking for this for a long time, and we thought we were going to get there in Toledo, and with a brand new boat, we couldn't pull it off. Went into Detroit. We broke in the final there, running Jimmy, and then in Valleyfield, we didn't meet there. Jimmy broke down. We made the final, but couldn't make it. But this is going to be a good show.
We're looking forward to it. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's go to the Grand Prix final here at the Niagara Challenge.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Mike Mamano, Mike Endress, Wes Carman, Warren Ignacio, Bruno Brissot, Jim King, Claude Cambeau, and J.P. Lassard setting the field for our Grand Prix final. And Bill, when Dan said, and he was looking forward to the meeting, he had a big smile on his face. There's nothing like meeting the person you think to be your chief competitor going head-to-head.
That's right. The Niagara Challenger is up for the challenge, and of course so is that Orange Crush. And this is the fight of the century here as they come through the corner now, picking their leans, and everybody running in a little early, coming up and building speed now. Oh, look at this field. Look at them fanning out as the Grand Prix begins their start and pours the power to it. Mike Mamano right there with a gun, but whoo, those blown sevens are really going after him. As we see them take the lead, it's Mike Endress on the outside, and there's the Crush right with him. Oh, what a duel going on here. Mike Endress out of Grand Island, New York, and Jimmy King have lived up to their expectation of dueling it out here on the Niagara River mat.
So the battle developing as we thought it would between Mike Endress and Jimmy King. Endress with the lead right now in the Niagara Challenger, but coming up on the inside, there goes Orange Crush.
That short track paid off as Jimmy King was able to take it hard and tight now with Mike Endress in the second spot. What a duel going on here. Mike Endress not letting off one little bit as they are going up the backstretch now. It's Crush moving out just a little bit. Mike Endry staying right with him as they really start to pour their coals on. Look at Jimmy King pulling the stops. Mike Endry, you can see right there with the wisp of that tail. Mike Mamano now dropping off the pace just a little bit in third spot. Whoa! Problems. Looks like Jimmy King has got a problem. He's shut down, veered to the right, and it looks like Endry's now has come on ahead as Jimmy King comes around on the outside, apparently with a problem, Matt.
King very slow, now trailing Endress, and we'll see whether or not he can get back in. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. He's just about shut down. So Endress taking advantage of some difficulties on the part of King, and Endress, before the hometown fans, is now in the lead. Tough break for Jimmy King.
What a break. Running strong in second, of course, we just saw 242 Dynasty. Jean-Pierre Lassard, and he has got to make up the case now up against the Niagara Challenger.
The Challenger tossing off the big rooster tail, blazing his way into first place, and he leads everybody else.
Mike Endry's down in that reinforced cockpit with those mirrors watching beside him as the conventional Dynasty waterback style is coming through that corner, bouncing hard and pouring the coals on.
What a difference between the two types of boats. Lassard and Dynasty trailing this man.
Yep, this is a cab-over design, the latest in technology, and undoubtedly a better cornering type of design than, of course, the conventional. But I'll tell you, don't ever count them out.
Mike Endress coming down the stretch, looking for the checkered flag. Waving to friends and family, saying, yes, sir, I've taken the Grand Prix final. Mike Endress, the winner in the Niagara Challenger. What a race. We'll get a word with Mike right after this message.
Niagara and the feeling of another time. Niagara and
the celebration continues in Tonawanda, New York for the local hero, Mike Endress in Niagara Challenger, the winner of the Grand Prix final. And there's nothing like winning, Bill, in front of the hometown fans.
Well, congratulations are certainly in order for this great young man.
There's Dan Groby, happy that his driver could come away with the victory. And friends and family gathered along the dock. Mike Endress, the winner. Jean-Pierre Lassard, second. Pat O'Connor, third. Warren Ignacio, fourth. And we see that Tom is down along the pits, and he'll try to get an interview with our winner, Mike Endress. Let's send it down to Tom as he speaks with Mike Endress. Tom?
And with Mike Endress just getting out of the boat after winning the Grand Prix final in his hometown. Mike, you got to feel great right in front of your hometown fans.
Oh, wow, this is, oh, God, I don't think it gets any better than this. This is great.
You took it all the way. You had a real good backstretcher. I don't know what happened to the Orange Crush boat, but you just took it all the way.
Boy, he come by me pretty good, and, you know, I don't know what happened to him, but we got it.
You got yourself. Congratulations once again.
Thanks,
the
Tom.
Grand Prix final winner, Mike Endress, hometown here in Tonawanda. Mike from Grand Island.
Mike, the winner, and a tough break for Jim King in Orange Crush. Let's see if we can find out what happened as he just died out.
King, Jimmy, as the rain is starting to fall on this event, you've got the item that put the rain on your parade today.
Yeah, about $3 worth of bolt and nut that pulled the threads off of it, loosened up just enough for the idler pulley to back off, and blower belt fell off, and that was the end of the story.
The end of the weekend, but listen, we'll come back next time.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get another shot at it, hopefully this year.
It's our turn at Dartsmouth in 2 weeks.
Okay. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
That wraps up our coverage of the 1988 Niagara Challenge. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'd like to thank a few people, the folks at MJR Dynamic Promotions. They were the race promoters. The Chambers of Commerce for the City of Buffalo and Niagara County. And a special thanks to Dan Groby, the race director. So for Tom Ludington and Bill Moore, I'm Matt Laughlin saying so long. Official ground transportation has been provided by Continental Conversion Vans. A promotional fee has been paid by the Hyatt Regency of Buffalo. When visiting the beautiful Buffalo region, be sure to stay at the Hyatt Regency. The American Powerboat Association is pleased to present this exciting series of powerboat racing. The APBA's mission is to increase public awareness, enjoyment of, and participation in nationally sanctioned powerboating events.